You miss me? What's going on, folks? I'm Renegade. So obviously, once again, it's been a little while since I've done a video, posted a video, anything like that. And of course, a lot of it comes down to the same reasons I've said a bunch of times. It's just, hey, I've been busy. You know, I work 5 days a week at a fairly physical job, physical and mentally taxing at times. And I come home, and on top of having to, you know, do my normal life stuff, like, hey, no one's cooking my dinner, I gotta cook dinner, I gotta do the dishes, I gotta take the trash out, I gotta take care of the cats, I gotta it's a long list of things, you know. Working on the house, trying to make repairs and trying to improve it, and yada yada yada. It's a lot of stuff, but also I've been taking a lot of time to think a lot and kind of reflect on where I am in my life and what I want to do with my life and what I want to do with all sorts of things. One of the things that I wanted to talk about, and one of the things I've really been putting a lot of consideration into lately, is quantity versus quality. So let's backtrack a little. Before I ever started making videos for YouTube, I watched a lot of YouTube. I watched a lot of YouTubers, some of which were already pretty big, some of which were on their way up. Even now, I still watch a fair amount of YouTube, and see some channels die off, see some channels grow exponentially. And I don't look at them as being like a model for what I want to do, because I'm not them. Like when I started this channel, I wanted to do a lot of motorcycle content, and I kind of looked up to channels like Motonosity as kind of an example. I don't want to say I you know, modeled my channel after his or anything like that, but just like, that is an example of what you can do. Now let me do it my way. And then I got more into doing car content, and same thing, looking at certain other people out there and like, well, this is an example of what you can do, but I want to do my own thing. And a few of the channels I saw that have grown have all kind of had a lot of the same things. It's a lot of content coming out very quickly, and I noticed that a lot of them, it's because they're doing it like YouTube is their only job type of thing. And if they're not, and they have another job and they're still putting out that much content, their videos kind of aren't as high quality. And keep in mind, I'm not dissing anybody. Okay, this is not a your videos are crap or anything like that. I have nothing but respect for the majority of the people out there. But you know, you look at somebody like Do It With Dan used to do what he called Vlogmas. He'd do a video every day for the month of December. I'm not capable of doing that. And you notice that with that rapid succession of video content that he was putting out, the videos weren't as high quality. They were shorter, they were quicker. Again, nothing against it, just that type of thing isn't my type of thing. And so sometimes I don't put out a video just because I don't have a video prepared. Sometimes I don't have a thought I want to discuss, or if that thought is, if I have a thought rather that I want to discuss, it's not fully fleshed out. It's just, I have this idea, how do I make it into a full thing? Now, obviously, there are a lot of channels that make a lot of videos very quickly and that are fairly big, and they work well for the algorithm. It's another thing I've been thinking about, is that stupid algorithm that helps promote your channel. I'm a very small channel, very small. So my content isn't being promoted by YouTube as much as a bigger channel. You know, the Do It With Dan's, the Daily Driven Exotics, even Casey Putsch, just to maybe mention a few channels. But when you start to break things down and, you know, look at the algorithm, and I know other YouTubers have talked about it. If you go on Casey Putch's channel, he has a few very ranty, very quite venomous, shall we say, rants about certain channels. And I don't want to rehash what they say too much, but I agree with them to a certain extent. One of the big things with algorithms, and you know, it works off of what is popular. And one of the big popular things, obviously, you know, they always say sex sells. Duh. I'm not gonna make a sexy video, sorry guys. One, I don't fit in that category, and two, it's not my shtick. But one of the other big ones is conflict. Conflict is a very, very popular thing for people to watch, and that's how you end up with things like, you know, DE that are making videos about, oh, the cop pulls over the poor, you know, Lamborghini owner and makes him a victim. Meanwhile, you're seeing a video that if you look at it with a different perspective, it's like, you're kind of being a bully, and then you're making a video about why these cops are now giving you a hard time. Again, I use DDE as an example because they're a very, very popular channel. And I don't want to say I dislike all their content. Some of their content is very good, but some of it, it's just not my thing. I'm sorry, I'm not a fan of going out and picking an issue to make it into a conflict, to make content. I don't like that. I don't think anybody should go out and pick issues with anybody, let alone do it because you want an end result. That's not cool. But I know that's one of the things that sells on YouTube. Conflict. Conflict sells. So with these things in mind, I'm sitting here thinking, well, what's going to make my channel bigger? How can I grow a bigger community? Because as I've said before, I didn't make this channel because I want to be famous, because I want to make money. I built this channel because I want to create a community, and I can help inspire and help teach. And I might make another video about that fairly soon. I know I did one a while ago, but if you want to know a little bit more about why I do this, why I started my channel, what my goals are and everything, let me know down in the comments, and maybe I'll flesh out a full video about it. You know, but to build a community, you have to actually build it, and there is some element of getting your videos out there, having it promoted, having your reach, so to speak, grow. So there is thought as to, like, well, what do I have to do that? And so I realized that, well, I could do things like create conflicts or talk about conflicts, and that would create more of an audience. Like, it would get me out there more to then hopefully draw people back in. That's a slippery slope, because then if someone comes in because they see a video about conflict and then you're not making videos about conflict, do they stick around? I could put out mass amounts of videos, and you know, that rapid, constant production of content would help the algorithm feed and put me out there as well. But then the quality suffers, at least in my mind. So what's the options? What do you do? What's the solution? Well, the more and more I think about it, the more and more I think about my name. The name on the channel is Renegade. And it's a lot more about the fact that I don't really care. I want to do things my way. I don't care if you think it's the right way. I don't care if it is the way that you would do it. I don't care if it is the popular way to do it. I'm going to do it my way. because that's who I am. I'm going to do things the right way in my mind. So what that breaks down to is I don't want to make cruddy content. I want to make good content. I want to make content that I would want to watch. And hopefully you all enjoy it as well. And that doesn't mean that I'm always going to have a video prepared to put out. I'm not always going to be putting out mass amounts of content. And it's just because it's what it is. You know, hey, I'm a normal dude. In my opinion, that's one of the big aspects of this channel is I'm a normal guy. You know, I work a 9 to 5. I live on a budget. I don't have a ton of money to drop on everything. I don't have a ton of time in the world. I don't have a team around me in, you know, to do these videos. I don't have an editor. I don't have producers. I don't have any of that. This is a one-man show. Everything from sitting down and setting up the camera angles to creating the thumbnail to editing the video. It's all me. No one else. I mean, if you ask my cast, they'll tell you that I have a supervisor. I think Orion is currently in his... Yeah, check this out. Ready? There's my supervisor. One of them. He's napping. So, I don't want to put out cruddy content. I care less about making a lot of content compared to making quality content. Now, no, not every video is going to be cinematically shot and everything like that. But I at least want the videos that I make to be of a certain quality level. I don't want to make nonsense videos. It's just not who I am. And if that doesn't feed the YouTube algorithm, well, oh well. One of the things I wish that we saw more in, for lack of a better word, an industry like this, is people sticking to their morals more. I think YouTube can be a very dangerous place in terms of notoriety and what you have to do to get it, and once you get it, what you have to do to continue it. I might make a video about that as well one day. It's an idea just kind of growing in my head. If you want to know about that, let me know down in the comments as well, kind of my take on YouTube as an industry. See, I lost my train of thought. This is probably why Renegade should shoot with a script, but he doesn't, because he's not smart enough to think that way. Yeah. So yeah, a lot of thoughts on the whole YouTube thing. There's lots more thoughts about my life in general, which has been kind of more my focus lately, just because YouTube ain't my life. I can share some things on here about my life, and I keep toying with the idea of sharing more. I'm not entirely sure. Because part of me thinks that it's a good idea to share more, because I can use my experiences to kind of teach and to inspire, and in some cases to reach out and say, hey, you know that hardship you're going through? Well, you're not alone. You know those dark thoughts you have? You're not alone. So it's an idea I keep toying with about sharing more. We'll see. But ultimately, when it comes to the YouTube thing, I'm not quitting. I have no intentions of quitting YouTube. But I'm also not going to make it as primary of a focus as other things in my life. You know, my life is my life. It's not YouTube. That being said, when I'm making content, I want to make it good. I don't want to put anything out that I, one, wouldn't stand behind 100% in my normal life. You know, I don't want to put something out that, like, for example, my boss could see, not that he watches my channel, or even knows that it exists. I don't know. But I wouldn't want something out there that a boss or a coworker might see and then question me about it, or a family member might question me about it, and I'd feel ashamed to have put it out there. Everything I put out, I stand 100% behind, whether it is an opinion or whether it be, quality of work that I do in a project for my car or my motorcycle or whatever. I want to stick to that, because despite what YouTube might say, quality is always better over quantity. It's better to put out good quality content than it is to put out either mass amounts of content, mass amount of content, or put out content that gains you mass amounts of subscribers or viewers or whatever. I realize it's a numbers game when it comes to any sort of media, but do you really want to sacrifice your values in order to make the numbers? I don't. So we're going to stick to that philosophy on this channel. We're going to stick to doing the right thing, making good content, and we'll see what happens. Hopefully you guys stick around for the ride and you enjoy it. And if you're not already subscribed, if you like the idea of somebody actually doing that, somebody who wants to, one, showcase being a normal person, not being this over-sensationalized, idealistic, aspiration, I guess, for some people. And you want to see cool projects when it comes to cars and motorcycles, and maybe hear about life a little bit and learn some things, feel free to stick around. Hit subscribe, hit the notification bell so you get notified when I upload a new video. And yeah, for all of you who are still subscribed and have been for a while, thank you. I am really grateful for your support, and I hope that as I continue, you guys continue to enjoy the content that I'm going to make. Obviously, the other thing that we should probably discuss, at least briefly, is what I have coming up in store, because it's been a little while, so some things might have changed that I'm going to do. Oh. Well, I got a couple cool projects that I want to do on my 91 Volvo 245. Couple performance things, couple aesthetic things. I got a big project that I'm in the middle of for my 87 245. That one, I'm going to let it be a surprise for a little bit longer, but I think it'd be real cool when I get into it. And obviously I will be making a video about that when time comes. So yeah, we're going to keep seeing where this ride takes us. And hopefully I continue to put out good quality content that you all enjoy. And just know that I'm not going to fold to the algorithm, even if that means that my channel stays quite small. Yeah. That's going to do it for me for today, guys. I just wanted to put that out there. And please let me know down in the comments what your thoughts are on this. The whole idea of quality versus quantity, about sticking to your morals versus doing what it takes to become popular in an industry like YouTube. So until next time, hope you all have a good day. Keep rocking and rolling. As long as you taking care of business. See you next one.